Chartres is a masterwork of hidden syncretism, melding belief systems that secretly transcend Christian dogma. The tympanum above the central front doors of the royal portal encodes an entire cosmology. The four figures surrounding Christ depict a man, eagle, lion, and bull. In Christianity, these are the four beasts of the Apocalypse as described in the mystical visions of Ezekiel and St. John of Patmos. On the literal level, it's Jesus with a halo waving at us from inside of Vesica Pisces, surrounded by the four beasts of the Apocalypse. A strange collection of Christian imagery, perhaps, but not uncommon. In time, the four beasts became synonymous with the four evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. However, when you understand the symbolism, a reading of the encoded message becomes possible. As you learned in my crash course in esoteric astronomy, these beasts are the fixed astrological signs symbolizing the galactic cross. Jan Witcherink says Christ's halo represents the Earth Cross. I see the Sun God welcoming you through the galactic stargate at the moment of your apotheosis, a royal portal indeed. I have uncovered sacred design templates underlying the principal section drawing cut through Chartres Cathedral. Stephen Skinner identified circles guiding the central vault and flying buttress designs in his book Sacred Geometry. His observations allowed me to take the geometric analysis a few steps further. I see two sets of three stacked rhombi guiding the wall design. Circles drawn from the tips of paired equilateral triangles define the centers of the buttresses intrados, or lower curves, and mark the spring line of the lower arch. This revolutionary design allowed the masonry to be lighter and the windows larger, admitting the flood of light characteristic of the Gothic style. Now you can appreciate how the walls at Chartres were designed ad triangulum. What is more, the diameter of these circles equals the size of the rose windows and the labyrinth. It's almost as if the designer never changed the distance set between his compasses when designing the entire structure. Critchlow points out that the names of the architects of Chartres were never recorded. They were known only as the masters of the compasses. In researching the House of the Temple in D.C., I came across a rare depiction of the Kabbalistic Tree of Life in Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma, shown here as a set of three stacked rhombi. This knowledge encoded at Chartres was preserved by Freemasons. For the next revelation, we turn to music and geometry. In music, an octave is the interval between one note and another having double its frequency. In plane geometry, you can symbolize the octave in two ways, ad triangulum or ad quadratum. The circle outside the triangle has double the diameter of the circle inside. The circle outside the square has double the area of the circle inside. The central vault is defined by a larger circle having twice the diameter of the smaller circle inside, which itself is equal to the diameter of all the circles in the wall section, the rose windows, and the labyrinth. Chartres is therefore based on one circle repeated using musical principles. Amazingly, the flower of life fits this geometry. Perhaps the master of the compasses used the flower as the overarching design template. You can draw the flower of life using compasses only. The nave width is set by a central circle which is tangent to four others, having equal diameters. The central circle shown within the yellow triangle completes the picture. Masonic society probably began around the time Chartres was being built. Recall how Saint Bernard de Clairvaux was instrumental in the formation of the Templars, and later, after the Templars were taken down, the knowledge they unearthed from Solomon's Temple went back underground to survive in Masonry, Rosicrucianism, and other secret societies. The Masonic square and compasses emblem often depicts these instruments surrounding the letter G. As with most symbols, the meaning of G depends upon your level of knowledge. I've seen it referred to at times as geometry, the generative principle, and most appropriately for what I'm investigating, the great architect of the universe.